I'm just got this all set up, bumped it, it started to fall over. Okay, trying to fix it now. Hopefully it stays fixed. So here is my sugar cookie dough right here. And I'm gonna try to, I've got it between the not parchment, but the plastic still. I'm gonna see if I can get it to a certain height. And I need those rings that go over your, you know, rolling pin, but I don't have that. So I'm trying to, like, you know, make do here, which is this. So I always make these too thin. No matter how hard I try, I get them too thin. So I'm trying to not have it too thin. And again, see how close I am here. And it's not, it feels like all bumpy though. Okay, so I'm trying to, like, that's close to what I need. I'm leaving it between the plastic, so this is not going to make a whole lot of cookies, but that's okay. I just want a few, just because I want some sugar cookies for Christmas. Let's try to see what we can do here without making it too thin. I'm getting there. Like, seriously, I need the rings. You know those rings they make to go on your... I just don't have them. I've never had them. I've seen them. I've never had them. I need them. I don't know if I have to get a special rolling pin or if I can use my rolling pin. But this dough has been chilling for 2 hours. So I'm just trying to roll it and not get it too thin. But I don't want it too thick either. So I'm putting my oven on 375. Then I'm going to cut out little shapes. Alright, that's pretty close. Now you want to start with your dough pretty cold. That wants to crack over there. I'm trying to put it back together. The other thing that I usually do with this, alright, let me take it. Look, it's all cracked on the bottom. That's hilarious. I usually sprinkle the sugar on afterward. I'm just going to lift that up so it'll be loose. I don't usually use this plastic wrap either, but I'm doing that today. The other thing I usually do is sprinkle the sugar on afterward, and it never stays on. It all falls off. So I'm going to be different today. I'm going to sprinkle it on. And I'm going to kind of roll it in. See if I can't make it. It's going to be different. I'm going to make it try to stick to the cookie better. This doesn't stick very well. So there's some red, there's some green. There we go. Then I'm going to put this plastic wrap back on here. And I'm going to see if I can kind of get it to stay in the dough. Look at there. I hate it when it all falls off. After you do all that work, get it on there, and then you do this and you roll it, and all the sugar falls off. So let's see if we can roll it into the dough on my own thing here. Okay, there we go. Now, let's cut out a few cookies. Oh, look at there. Looks good to me. Looks like it'll stay. All right, so let me get my, this is lightly greased cookie sheet. So here is my cookie sheet. So let me lightly grease it. I'm looking for my spray. All right, there we go. Let me get some cookie cutters. These are some real old-fashioned cookie cutters. I'm not going to use these big, gigantic ones because I want to make little cookies. So yes, that leaves me somewhat of a limited amount, but that's okay. So we have a star, a kind of mutilated star, a bell, mutilated star, a circle. Circle's good. Okay, maybe a Christmas ornament. All right, so let's try a star. Yeah, that's going to be fun. You know what? I didn't dip it in flour, did I? This is how it got dented, I see. All right. Let's put the other ones in flour before I forget that again. Well, come on. All right, I gotta get something. that will go through this hole, but it isn't so sharp it'll just make another hole. What could that be? What could it be? Let's see if I can blow it out. Almost can. There's a hole in here. Oh, it is actually working. Okay, blow the cookie out. That was hilarious. Okay, now let's do the circle. See if I can get this back together. Let's do a green circle. I'm a little scared, but it's not going to come loose though. I won't be able to blow this one. Oh, came right out. Okay, good. There's that one. Oh, they're pretty, pretty. All right, let's look into a bell. Trying to get the flower to stick to it a little bit. Come on, ring those bells, light the Christmas tree. Jesus is the King, born for you and me. Come on, ring those bells. Everybody say, oh, I just jabbed my finger into it. Jesus, we remember it's your birthday. Do you remember it's his birthday? Or this one we celebrate his birthday anyway. Come on, ring those bells. Light, oh, man, I can't hold on to it. Light the Christmas tree. Jesus is the King, born for you and me. Come on, ring those bells. Everybody say. Okay, what do I do with this one? Jesus, we remember it's your birthday. Okay, we'll just get a knife, see if we can dig it out, I guess. Jesus, there we go. We remember it's your birthday. Come on, ring those bells. Light the Christmas tree. I'm having such a hard time gripping them. Jesus is the King, born for you and me. Let's see if this does any better since I... No. There it does. Okay. I'm trying really hard to make this work. Come on, ring those bells. Everybody say, Jesus, we remember this your birthday. Now, the round one came out the easiest last time. Oh, there it went. I'm going to, like, shake it out. So, so some thicker cookies. What was I going to say? Let's see if I can get to where that is. That's so far down in there. So we can make a green bell. What was I going to say? Oh, this will, when I have to like oh, there, that one fell right out. Oh, that was great. When I have to mix this up, it will mix this sugar around in it, but that's okay. I was aware of that when I did it. So I thought, well, it'll just mix in. If it mixes in, it mixes in. So just what it's going to do. Let's see here. Round. So then this colored sugar will be mixed in a little bit, but I'm okay with that. All right, do we have any we can do? No. All right, so we're going to have to mix this together. I wonder if I can do like this. Like, and push that together a little bit. And then, where are we at? I'm at bell. All right, let's do the bell. Ugh, can't pick it up. It's because these are so old. Can't use the little handle very well because they're all dented in. There it comes. You have to like sling it out just about. Okay, there's that. All right, now I don't have very much left. So far I've made 9 cookies, but that's because I'm making them thicker because I want them thicker. So let's see what we have here. Let's put this back together. So now the color will be somewhat mixed in the dough. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it? All right. I think these are going going to be thinner. I don't want them thinner. Stop. Okay, let's do Jesus, we remember it's your birthday. Let's just do all red this time. Jesus, we remember it's your birthday. Now let's do that. Put that sugar down into the dough. Okay, so what we're at start. Dipping it in flour. Pushing it down here. Oh, look! That one didn't even come off this. That's hilarious. It was not exactly an alternative that I wanted. Okay, so let's take it off of there so it's not stuck. Next, we're going to do circle. Then we're going to do, I think we're going to have to smush it back together again here. Come on, ring those bells. Now that's in my head. Everybody say, Jesus, we remember it's your birthday. Bell. This bell is a little smushed. So we're at 12 cookies. Jesus, we remember it's your birthday. Okay, let's see. Let's put this back. Let's see if we can't roll it a little. Let's put the green this time. We're only probably going to get 1 or 2 more out of this. Okay, roll that sugar into the cookie. This will be the first time I've ever done this, rolling the sugar into the cookie thing. Star. All right. Accept that. And then 1 more. Fills up the pan over here pretty well. This will be our test cookie. Jesus, we remember. Well, here. I'll spill that flour. Definitely not what I wanted to do. There's a little green. There's a little red. I'm not going to cut this one out. I'm just going to leave it, whatever it is. Come on. There we go. Oh, stop trying to dump out on me over there. Okay. Spill it, not spill it, roll it just a little. Okay, and then we're just going to leave it. This is, what is it? Fallen Angel. It is now, Fallen Angel. Okay, so we're going to put these in here. Now, these are extra thick. It does say it will take 7 to 9 minutes. Is that what it says? Da-da-da. Where are you? Christmas sugar cookie. 7 to 8 minutes. All right, let's try 7. I'm thinking it may take a little longer because they are thick. But let's try 7. Then we can get rid of all this mess, and then I'm going to make my other cake, and then I'm going to be done baking. I'm going to be done baking. I'm going to be done cooking. We'll do the rest of the cooking tomorrow. Then I'm going to see that was so much less mess to do that with the plastic wrap. So much less. Okay. All right then. See if we can't clean this up just a little. It also kept the rolling pin from being messy. How cool is that? I don't have to mess up the rolling pin either. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's pull out my cake bowl and beater. We're going to make cinnamon apple cake, or apple cinnamon cake, whichever it is. It is cinnamon apple cake is what it's called. Okay. Trying not to knock this lamp over. All right, here we go, bowl. Put this in, put this in. All right. Ooh. And we're going to have, there's our bowl. All right, let's get some, I just washed it, so it's got a little water. So we'll get that out. All right, let's find my recipe. This makes 1 9-inch cake pan, so basically this makes 1 layer. So we are going to start with the eggs and the oil. Okay, so you're going to put in 2 eggs and a cup of oil. All right, so let me get those. Gotta find my measure. There we go. and eggs. So let's bring this up. Here's one egg. Let me get my carton. I'm putting my empty shells here in the carton. I'll put these away too because I'm done with them. I've got my oatmeal raisin cookies all packaged up, ready to go. Oops, there's one egg. Put that in there. One more egg. Okay. Eggs in the oil. Uh-oh, making a mess here. Eggshells are crunching all over the place. Get out of the way. Here's egg number 2. Okay. Let's mix that for a minute. So what I'm going to do with the cup of oil is a little trick I do. I usually do it up higher, but I'm going to start here. So this puts it up closer to my eye level so I don't have to break my back seeing the level. Usually I put it up in the cabinet so it's right at eye level, but you can't see that. So it's too high. So I'm going to let you see it this way. Raise your cup, the liquid one, raise it up where you can see it. There you go. So then there's a cup of oil, right? That's right, 1 cup of oil. That's canola oil. It says vegetable oil, but it's just whatever oil you want to use. I'm going to let that drip. Okay, so then we're going to put those. Then we're going to add the cinnamon, the sugars, and the vanilla. Okay, so the cinnamon, sugars. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 cup of, I got to get the dark brown sugar. Hold on. Dark brown sugar. My cats are sneaking around over here. All right, where's the dark brown sugar? Here it is. Oh. Hold on, I'm knocking stuff down here that I don't want to knock down. Shouldn't have anything falling down, but I do. Okay, so there's a cup of oil. Cats are sneaking around, hiding, looking at me. Okay, so here's our eggs and oil. Good evening, good evening. How are you? How are you? Making Christmas goodies. Okay, so now we're going to add 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Go back over here. Here's my dark brown sugar. I'm going to find my 1 cup. My 1 cup measure. Let's see how close we come with this. We pack brown sugar in, pack it tightly in the cup. It's always how you measure dark brown sugar. You always pack it in. So you get to the top. We're almost there. We have our sugar cookies. Oops. It sure does want to fall over. We have our sugar cookies in the oven for 2 more minutes before we check them. Come on, ring those bells, light the Christmas tree. Jesus is the King, born for you and me. Okay, so there's our cup of dark brown sugar into our mixing bowl here. Then we're going to add 1/2 cup of white sugar. Okay, that's 1/2 cup. My cup here is a little wet. Half a cup. Oh, I don't have a whole lot left in this. Let's see if that will fill it up. And probably just fill it up. Barely. Okay. Let's take the knife, level it off. Okay, 1/2 cup of white sugar. And we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to mix all that together. I'm going to have to check that. Check those cookies. Okay, there we go. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, let's stir that for a minute while I check it. Those contain gigantic cookies. They're not quite done. Let's do one more minute. They look really, really light. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's that. Now, this has a 1/2 cup of walnuts, which I do not do. I don't eat nuts. I don't like nuts, so I don't put nuts in. So instead I'm putting raisins. You can just leave it out or add the chopped walnuts if you want. But I like raisins. So we're going to do 1/2 cup of whatever you do 1/2 cup. So we're going to do 1/2 cup of raisins. And since they're kind of wet too, I'm going to add them now. They'll absorb some of that liquid there a little bit and kind of be not so dry. Okay, here we go. 1/2 cup of raisins. Stir those around. Okay, so let's check those again. That was a fast minute, wasn't it? Fast minute. Let's see what they look like. They look really pretty. Do they look done? I think so. Alright, so we're going to take this oven and it's going to be at 350 now, so I'm turning it down a little bit because it was at 375. I'm going to let those cookies sit there and cool a little. Ooh, they puffed up big. Okay, they usually do that though. I forgot just how much bigger they get. I'm so glad I spread them out on that pan. Okay, so now, I didn't add the cinnamon, so I got to do the cinnamon. The cinnamon is a tablespoon. They did not in any way put this in the order that you put this stuff in. Oh, who made this recipe? But they got it like, it tells you to put in the cinnamon, but cinnamon is way later in the thing. I don't know why they couldn't put it in the right order, but they did not. I've lost my spoons. Well, they're over here on the sink. Okay. Tablespoon. That's a lot of cinnamon for 1 layer cake. Okay, here we go. So a tablespoon of cinnamon. Let's mix that in. Okay, there you go. Ooh, it smells cinnamony. Now, the eggs, the oil, cinnamon, white and brown sugar, vanilla, and mix it all combined. Add the flour, salt. Okay, so flour. We have 2 cups of flour. Okay, here's my... Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Both Karens. 2 Karens. Karen O and Karen S. Welcome, Karens. I don't know if I probably have mentioned it before. My mother's name is Karen. Okay, here we go. So let's do 2 cups of flour. But she is never online live because she does not have the internet. And she does not have a smartphone. Okay, this is my 2 cups of flour. I'm just measuring it in here lightly. Then I'm going to, level it off here. Scrape it off. The knife. Okay. We're going to add the 2 cups of flour down into our bowl. Baking soda is 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. Baking powder, also 1/2 teaspoon. This is just one of the easiest things to make, this cake. And it's so good. And for my dairy-free family member, this has no dairy. It just naturally has no dairy. And then we're going to have a half a teaspoon of salt. Now, this cake, because it's so sweet and it's so good, you really don't need icing, so then you don't have to worry about that either. I usually just sprinkle powdered sugar if you want something, or you can just leave it as is. All right, there's your salt. Okay, am I missing anything here other than the apple? Okay, so we have, let me read it, 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of oil, brown sugar, white sugar, raisins instead of nuts, 2 eggs, cinnamon, vanilla, baking powder, baking soda, salt. Okay, that's it except for the apple. So I am almost done here for the day. Ooh. Okay, so this makes a really nice thick batter. Then I'm going to chop this apple up. You're doing well, Karen. Good, good. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I actually got myself a little bit bigger of a chopping board. I have a real big one, but I don't like the real big one. It's just always never enough room for it. So this is a medium one. So I got a medium one. That little tiny one, everything always fell off of it all the time. Nice medium. There we go. So then I'm going to cut up my apple. And I always like this. It's a Granny Smith apple because they don't turn to mush. I always like to get like the biggest one they have because I like a lot of apple. It doesn't tell you like what size. It just says 1 apple. And you can put whatever kind you want in there. But I love Granny Smith, like I said, because they're a little tart and they stay firm. They don't turn to mush. They're a good baking apple. And I always like to find the biggest one they have. That way I get more. Because I love the apple part. It makes it so nice and moist. I just peel it. And it doesn't tell you how to chop it, so you know, do it whatever size you want. I did a real teeny tiny one time, and I couldn't even hardly find the apple, so I don't like it that teeny tiny. I like it like bite size though. I thought if I did it real teeny tiny, you know, it would spread throughout the batter better. And oh yeah, it did. Spread throughout the batter so well I couldn't find it. Like, where's my apple? It was there. You just couldn't really identify it. So I like it a little bit. I'm like, well, that was a little too small. Take out my core pieces. This is really a big one. Just gonna move all this over here. Let me get me a little. I have a little one of these little bags. It's gonna be a trash bag here. This is a produce bag from the store. There. So I will do this into that. So tomorrow I will make the hot food in the morning. Then I'm off to visit some distant, like the extended family, I should say. They're not distant. They're all close by. They're not distant, really. I don't consider them distant relations either. Cousins and aunts and uncles and stuff. So I'm going to go visit. They'll all be together. Whoever all is coming. My dad is one of 7 children, and so everybody still lives here, those that are living. I'm going to cut this like this. And then just cut chunks. I like it kind of like that. You can cut it how you like. There we go. So I'm going to go visit with them for about an hour and a half or so, because that's all the time I'll have before I have to get together with my immediate family, my parents, my brother, my sister, and their spouses and children, and then me. Then we do the majority of our Christmas on Christmas Eve. We always have. So then Christmas Day pretty much was a day for resting and eating. So we will get back together with the aunts and uncles and cousins. For another people who couldn't come the day before, you know, we'll get back together and visit a little bit more for a couple hours. And then, that's my Christmas. Here we go. Here we are. So, tonight, after the cats go to bed, and they are in their room sleeping, because they have their own room to sleep in, I will put ribbon on my presents. I waited till the last minute because my cats like to eat ribbon. And even though I kind of have it off limits to them, but you know, you never know what they're going to get into. So I didn't want my cats to eat the ribbon, so I haven't put ribbon on any of my presents yet. So I'll put ribbon on them tonight, so those little stinkers can't get it and eat it. And then the presents will go into my car, so when they'll be gone before the cats get let out again. Then I have my few little presents to take, to share. My immediate family, the aunts, uncles, cousins, we don't really exchange presents anymore. We just get together and visit, but we haven't been able to. You know, we didn't get to do it last year. So, we did get together for kind of the little memorial wake of my uncle's wife who died. She died in July, and in October we all got together. We were outdoors, though. We were outdoors in a shelter. But we did get together to kind of remember her. So we have been together. So we decided we'd do it for Christmas, too. Right then. So, here's the cake. So then we're going to put it in a pan. Now this pan, this is a 9-inch pan. You can use that, or you can double this and make a 9x13 pan. Alright, so the 9-inch pan is a little bigger. I always like to stick with the pan that they tell you, otherwise you don't know how long to bake it, because it will alter the baking time if you use a different size. So let me push that back out of the way. And again, I like this also because you don't have to ice it. So you can sprinkle it with powdered sugar, or you can leave it exactly like it is. And we're going to put this down in this pan. Oh, and this gets baked. Oh, let me see. Here's my recipe. Looking in the wrong spot. For 45 minutes this takes on 350. 45 minutes. This is a really, really thick batter as well. Will hardly pour. This is another scraping one. This is a really super moist cake because it has oil in it. But again, if you can't have dairy, this is dairy free. Doesn't have any like substitutes or anything. It just was a recipe that didn't have dairy. So if you are someone also who can't have dairy, like one of my family members, then this is a perfect cake. Now this does have eggs in it. Eggs aren't technically considered dairy. Dairy is anything that comes from a cow. So eggs are not dairy. Now there are some people who can't have eggs though. And you know, there is a cake, you can make a cake without eggs and milk. It's called the Depression era cake. So in the era of the Great Depression in the 1930s, hard to believe, that's been almost been 90 years, 90 some years, they learned to make a cake that didn't have eggs or milk in it because they had a hard time getting ingredients, not because of any special diet. It's because they couldn't get the ingredients. And it actually tastes just like regular cake because I've had it and I'm like, it tastes like, you can't even tell. It tastes perfectly fine. Okay, there we go. So we're going to put this in the oven. Let me put this in the sink as well. And we're going to set this for 45 minutes and I'm done baking for tonight. Ooh, bake. Let me show you my sugar cookies. And put this in. I've got my Christmas apron on that I found. After all, I've lost it a few years ago. It was in the linen closet, but I found it. I am having fun. I'm having fun with my I'm having fun with my apron. My Christmas apron. Alright, so let me get a sugar cookie here. I've lost my spatula too. Where did that go? I don't know where my spatula went. It's not in the sink. Did I wash it? Oh yeah, I washed it and put it over here to drain. Alright, now let me get a cookie. Or let me get my little mutilated cookie. That was my taste test cookie. Oh, it just looks like an oval. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I said it's a fallen angel. Here you go. There is my yummy little cookie. Let's try it. Oh, it'll be so great with cheese. And see, the sprinkles don't fall off because I pressed them in with the rolling pin. Alright. All done. Those are perfect. I'm going to go and have a very blessed night. Until tomorrow. Good night.